I am going to say something that might upset you, but your time on this earth is limited, and sooner or later, you will die. And so will I. It is like we all have a little clock above our heads, counting down until the Grim Reaper comes to collect. And the opportunities that we have to build the life that we want diminish with every single tick. That loving partner, the business you want to build, the skills you want to master, all of that, it all fades further away every second you choose to procrastinate. We need to escape procrastination, because otherwise it will slowly destroy us. And the first thing that I personally always like to do is to make that idea of my limited time concrete. To do that, I like to sometimes look up my own death clock. Those are websites or apps that allow you to calculate your own life expectancy based on a bunch of your characteristics and behaviors. And realistically, the good time that we have left is probably even shorter than what these death clocks estimate. Going on a diving trip in Thailand is just much nicer when you are 25 than when you are 75. So we really don't have that much time. Now, before we move on, I have a challenge for you here, my dear viewer. Please go to the comment section below and tell me what you are procrastinating on by watching this video. Now, to really escape procrastination, we need to first know why we are so vulnerable to it. And I propose that it has something to do with our built-in character perks. Especially our energy preservation, risk avoidance and hedonism perks. In other words, we like to do things that are easy, that feel safe, and that give us direct pleasure. And those perks make us very vulnerable to the temptation of scrolling on TikTok all day, instead of working on a difficult project. It's kinda like getting a quest in an RPG. Imagine that the king just tells you to slay the big scary dragon. If that's all you hear, it would make sense if you feel overwhelmed, and if you would put it off and just start doing things that don't really move the needle. But instead, we can also break the quest down into smaller sub-quests. Mine some special ores, craft the fire-resistant armor, find the correct cave on the ancient map, and then finally put that oversized lizard out of its misery. And now suddenly, it seems quite manageable. So, take the big project ahead of you and break it down into smaller tasks that you can understand and can handle. And that may sound like much. So let's take an example. Instead of going with the huge and vague task of starting a YouTube channel, it would be better to break it down. And you will get something like this. Find a niche, create and upload videos, and set up a channel. And for each of these, you can come up with subtasks that you can actually realistically do. For the videos, for example, you need to write a script, do the recording, make a thumbnail and title, edit the video, and upload it. So you fill those in, refine the categories, and start with the most urgent thing. For example, it is better to have the channel branding set up before making your first video. And you need to record your videos before you can edit them. Eventually it will look something like this. A list of ordered and categorized small and concrete tasks that you can directly get started on and that you can start crossing off upon completion. So you can get that dopamine hit. Now you might have an objection. Hey, wait a second man. I have no idea what small tasks I have to do and I have no idea how to order them. Alright, then why don't you start by fixing that? One thing that you can try doing is going to the wise scholar who has read millions of pages of copyrighted material. Or in other words, use one of the famous AI chatbots like ChatGPT. And I've actually written a prompt for you that you can use with these chatbots. It will make the AI break down your project into smaller tasks, categorize them, and advise you on where to start. You can find that in the description or in the pinned comment. And alternatively, of course, you can always ask an actual person for advice. One thing here though, be careful not to fall into the trap of productive procrastination. That is when you feel like you're being productive, but you're not really getting anything done. Because mapping out your game plan into the minute details will feel productive, but after a certain point, it just won't be anymore. Your list of tasks does not have to be perfect. It should just get you moving towards your goal. So now that you have your list of tasks, I recommend adding one more thing. And that is your why. Why do you want to clean your house? Why do you want to write that school research paper? Or why do you want to start that YouTube channel? And is sitting on your ass, watching Instagram videos that are meant to make money off of you, really worth more to you than those goals that you have? If that's the case, that's actually fine. But what I want to communicate here is that procrastination is just a decision that will bring with it some costs. Because procrastinating all day will make it very unlikely that you will reach the goals that you have. And there may be 1,000 proposed methods of beating procrastination, but the core always remains the same. You have to get up and just do what you have to do. And you are capable of doing so, even if telling yourself otherwise is more convenient. Procrastination may seem like a prison, but you hold the key. So, the cheat code for this video: take your big, vague and overwhelming project and turn it into a concrete game plan with a clear and motivating reason to finish it. And the quest for this video: Make your decision. Want to stop procrastinating? Then get to work. Alright, that was it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching, I really appreciate it a lot. Join the Maxed Out Discord server to connect, like for the algorithm, and subscribe for more. See you in the next one. Goodbye.